I could show you, give you an example of some of the things where I sequence fade in, fade out, and which hopefully it allows students to better follow what I have in my lecture. This is an example of a single slide out of many slides that I have in one of my lectures. And one problem that you often end up with is you want a wide variety of pieces of information which fit together to be presented on the same slide. The problem is that you end up with information overload. There really is, if you look at this particular slide, way too much information. Therefore, to try to simplify, one can use various techniques for trying to draw attention of your student to various components as you progress through your discussion of the elements that are found on the particular slide. If we were to go to presentation mode, you might notice I start out with just what I'm interested in talking about, relations among variances of various kinds of scores that we're talking about. I'm not going to go through my lecture, but I will in fact show you the progressions, see how things change, progress through my lecture. So I make another point, I talk about a regression model which looks something like the following, and I talk about variances related to that and the relation among those variances. Then I provide a graphic representation so I can depict the various kinds of variances related to the various kinds of scores that I'm talking about. I can describe that and indicate the kind of variation that I'm talking about there. And I think that's very, very important when you're presenting complex materials, and in particular when you're talking about hybrid type courses, distance learning, that students don't have the capability of getting immediate feedback. It's very important that I make sure I'm communicating effectively in terms of the various components of my lecture. The one capability that they do have, they can stop the video, they can go back slightly and re-review. If there's further clarification that they need, I'm not going to be able to provide that. I'm using asynchronous kinds of approaches presenting the material.